I can't tell you guys how many times I've heard the words SpongeBob Seasons 1, 2, 3 are the best. No, they are not. They are not the best, and I'm here to tell you why. So, the reason why everyone says Seasons 1, 2, 3 is the best are because they claim they were filled with the best jokes the show had to offer, and they were filled with creativity and some of the best episodes kids shows had to offer. And I want to counteract that, or however you say it. I want to completely blow that statement out of the water, out of the ocean, by saying no. The newer seasons are great as well. Specifically seasons 9 through 12 at the moment. I haven't really seen that much of season 13 because, I don't use cable anymore. So if I want to watch the episodes, I'll have to wait until they come out on YouTube so I can watch them illegally and pirate them. No, I'm kidding. I don't pirate stuff. Anyways, well, except that Friday Night Funkin' Tag Man copy. Don't tell Ninja Muffin about that. Anyways, the newer seasons... 9 through 12 are filled with pretty funny jokes and pretty amazing episodes. One of the reasons why people think that seasons 1, 2, 3 were better and why the newer seasons are quote unquote garbage, trash, doo-doo fart is because the animation was much more charming back then than it is now. And because back then there wasn't this many crazy facial features that the characters have right now. What are you talking about? I can go right now on the internet and I can pull up at least 10 images of the most insane facial features you've ever seen in SpongeBob Seasons 1, 2, 3. Yes, I do admit that the newer seasons animation is completely off the wall. But I mean, I know it gets distracting at times, but SpongeBob has always been like that. SpongeBob has always been a show with crazy visuals that kind of sometimes take you out of the episode. There were many gags in the original show, which I'm not saying I hate them. But what I'm trying to say is they're crazy with the animation back in the day. Even when they used to use cell animation, there was some really crazy stuff that happened in the episodes. Another thing people don't like about the newer seasons is that there is quote unquote no consistent plot and nothing is resolved at the end and the whole episode seemed pointless. There were a lot of episodes back in the day that had no resolution and they maybe did, but it still felt wrong. It still felt like the episode was incomplete, like the episode Grandma's Kisses. Basically where SpongeBob is upset. Well, he's upset because people make fun of him because his grandma gives him kisses and gives him cookies and all that. And so at the end of the episode, Grandma SquarePants tells him that you can get kisses from your grandma anytime, and it doesn't matter how old you are. But you can see outside in the window, they're still laughing at him. Squidward and all the town and the Krusty Krab are still laughing at him. And, that just felt incomplete to me. I felt like the episode wasn't over yet and that they should have had their comeuppance or something, but no, they didn't. Another thing people do not like about the newer seasons is how the characters act and how they're jerks now. I haven't seen this episode yet, but I heard Sandy was a real jerk in the episode Squirrel Jelly, which... I haven't seen it, but if I had to describe it right now, I think it's that Sandy just captures a whole bunch of jellyfish and the townspeople or SpongeBob or whoever doesn't like that. I feel like Sandy has always been sort of this. She's like that one friend who is your friend and will always have your back for you and who will never hurt you. They claim they will never hurt you, but she's always been this really rough, malicious character. Well, not malicious, but she's always been this insane, no chill, lid open character. She's all in the episode. What is it called? Pre-hibernation week. That episode, she seems pretty out of character, if you have to ask me. That's another thing people complain. The characters seem out of character in the newer seasons. There were a lot of characters that were out of character in the original episodes, in the original 3 seasons. Like, for example, pre-hibernation week, Sandy tortures SpongeBob in order to make him, because she wants him to spend her last days with her before she wants him to spend her last days of pre-hibernation with her. And so she just makes SpongeBob go on this whole like extremely dangerous stunts. And I mean, like, what in the world is your problem? Yeah. Also, like, people say that Steven Hillenburg was the reason that the show was so amazing back in the day. Honestly, like, I'm not trying to disrespect him. I'm not trying to disrespect him, first of all, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, you're just disrespecting him. You're disrespecting him and he's dead. How dare you? No. Um, well, the show, when he came back, when Steven Hillenburg came back, there was obviously like a real like he came back in for to make the episode Lost in Bikini Bottom, which was a good episode. I remember the episode when it aired, and it was pretty good. Um, but besides, I was too young back in the day to know what was a good SpongeBob episode and what was a bad SpongeBob episode. Anyways, he came back on the show, and he decided to make the show better. Basically, he saw what they were doing to his creation, and he was like, "Oh God, I got to do something about this." So he came back, and he came back in the episode "Lost in Bikini Bottom." That was a good episode. And in season 10, that was when the show that you could tell that the show really started to lift in quality, and it hasn't dropped since. Besides Ink Lemonade, I do admit Ink Lemonade was a bad episode. Once again, they return to that Squidward torture episode. They return to that Squidward torture trope, which I do not like at all. Trust me, I hate Squidward torture. But other than that little like road bump, other than that little nail in the road, the show really hasn't degraded in quality ever since. Like I know a lot of people say they hated the nitwitting, which is like one of the first season 12 episodes. I think it was the second season 12 episode, I think. People say that episode was really bad and it was awful. I personally don't think that. I think the episode was actually pretty funny. I liked it. I know a lot of people were grossed out by the spit drinking scene, which I can understand why you would be grossed out by that. But in my opinion, the quality of the show has not lowered since Steven Hillenburg's death. It has not. I'm not going to say it's risen, but it hasn't dropped down ever since Ink Lemonade came out. Oh God, some stuff just fell. Anyways, yeah. Basically, what I'm trying to get at here is that seasons 1 through, you guys may think, okay, all right, I haven't really made that many good points about the newer seasons, so let's get into that actually. My leg. My leg was one of the first gags in SpongeBob, one of the funniest ones ever. They made a My Leg episode. It's awesome. That I love that episode so much. I remember when it first aired. Unfortunately, it aired alongside Ink Lemonade, which is one of the worst episodes of the modern seasons. Seasons 9 through 12 or 13. But, yeah. I love My Leg. There were also many, many, many fun episodes which brought back characters like Cave Dwelling Sponge, which I think a lot of people don't like it for some reason. I don't know why you wouldn't like Cave Dwelling Sponge, but I understand why you wouldn't like it. There's a lot of good episodes that I could pull up right now. A lot of episodes had very good premises, like Gary's Got Legs and Chatterbox Gary. Now that I think about it, Chatterbox Gary and Gary's Got Legs like could have been grouped together into one episode. One like singular 11-minute episode. Gary could talk and he had arms and legs. A lot of you may say that I'm proving my own point wrong, but no, I am not. There was also Man Ray Returns. That was a really fun episode. I love that one. Mimic Madness. That is a really good episode. Awesome episode. Burst Your Bubble. Freaking Mermaid Pants. It was a tribute to Mermaid Man's voice actor, and it was great. Well, it wasn't a tribute, but it was made after his death, I think. So it was a great episode, not because he died, but because it was good. It was a good episode. Watch it. Jesus Christ, a lot of people got scared away from the show after season 6 or 7, and I could understand why. Season 6 to 7 are awful. They're awful. But the show got good after season 9. Also, episodes that you'd think were not good were actually good, like Mall Girl Pearl. That was a fun episode, which had a nice lesson about because Pearl. Let me describe the episode. Basically, Pearl says that, like, okay, so basically, I'm sorry I'm jumping around in words here, guys, but I didn't really have a script ready for this. Basically, Pearl wants to get a job at the mall because all of her friends work at the mall, so she wants to get a job in order to hang out with them more. But the only job she can get, I think, is a job with and taking care of old ladies and old people, I think. And she basically befriends an old lady, and she starts to act like one until her friends tell her that she's like, why are you doing this? Why are you acting like an old lady? And then they start laughing at her. But then Pearl realizes, and she thinks it's not what it's. I shouldn't do what other people want. I should do what makes me happy. And I think that's a really nice message to add. And a lot of people also say that the older seasons of SpongeBob were relatable. They were more relatable than the newer ones. Well, the newer ones can be very relatable as well. Also, like, some people hate SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout. What? Big Birthday Blowout was an awesome episode. It really was. I love it. It was really heartwarming as well, the ending. And it was Steven Hillenburg's tribute episode. I love that episode. It's so nice. But yeah, what I want to get at is that SpongeBob is still good. SpongeBob still has its own good episodes. Seasons 1 through 3 are not the best. They are certainly up there with some of the best, but they are not the best. There is other stuff in the show. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm very merciful with SpongeBob, but I really do love the newer seasons. Thank you guys so much for listening to my commentary on the newer seasons of SpongeBob. If you want to kill me, the comments are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye.